Breaking news after clearing a major hurdle. Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine is now just one step away from emergency approval by the FDA. Now, we're also learning it's just a matter of time before this happens, and the first Americans could be vaccinated on Monday. Thursday, a government advisory panel signed off on Pfizer's shot, saying that it appears to be safe and effective for emergency use in adults and teenagers 16 and older. And that's even after 2 instances of allergic reactions, you'll remember, among the 2 nurses in the United Kingdom. Now, all that's needed now is final approval from the Food and Drug Administration. This morning on Good Morning America, news that could be about to happen.
Well, George, I've got some good news for you here on Good Morning America that just a little bit ago, the FDA informed Pfizer that they do intend to proceed towards an authorization for their vaccine. So in the next couple of days, probably, as we work to negotiate with Pfizer the information doctors need to prescribe it appropriately, we should be seeing the authorization of this first vaccine. And we'll, as you just said, we will work with Pfizer to get that shipped out. And so we could be seeing people getting vaccinated Monday, Tuesday of next week.
Just incredible. Now, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly expects the first batch of Pfizer doses could arrive in Kansas by the end of the week. Doses from Moderna, those are expected next week. Now, as we get ready for a vaccine, several companies, they're getting ready, making sure that it's stored properly, safely. Last week, IBM warned of a phishing scam that targets a company that provides the cold storage for the vaccines. Experts say that people can also become targets if they fall for fake advertisements.
There's been a challenge in this country for decades of medicines that are fabricated by third parties that aren't authorized to produce those drugs.
So to avoid becoming a victim of a scam, experts recommend using doctors, using pharmacies that you know, that you trust, and be skeptical of anybody who wants your personal information about vaccines over email. Now, with all the developments happening so quickly, here's something we should not lose sight of. Doctors say that it's remarkable we're this close to having a vaccine this fast.
I don't think that any other time point in history you're going to be able to have that combination of clinical knowledge and biotech and development of, new vaccines such as this from the start of these vaccines till now where we're at today, I think is just incredible.
While we wait, case numbers, though, are climbing. More than 1,100 new cases of COVID-19 were reported in the metro yesterday. The daily average of new hospitalizations is up more than 200. Now, in the metro, about 14% of ICU beds are available right now. After years without a health department, the city of Independence has reestablished one, and the first order of business involves new coronavirus restrictions. Let's go to KMBC 9's Martin Augustine, who is live on the historic square in Independence with more. Hi, Martin.
Good morning, Donna. 2 years ago, the city consolidated its health services into the Jackson County Health Department. But as the COVID-19 pandemic has stretched on, the city felt that it needed its independent public health department back. It got that. That was official on Monday. And now that department has issued an order taking effect today. That order that restaurants and bars must stop indoor food and drink service from midnight to 5 a.m. and must only operate at 50% of its occupancy capacity, with masks required unless you're actively eating or drinking. Masks and social distancing, both required, are in publicly accessible businesses, and a failure to comply with this order could draw penalties from the city, such as tighter curfew restrictions, a revocation of licenses and permits, even the termination of utility services. Now, this order also requires anyone planning a gathering of people of 10 or more to submit a plan to the city at least a week in advance to explain how you would mitigate any potential spread of COVID-19, and if that request is granted, masks and social distancing would be required at that event. Reporting live in Independence, Martin Augustine, KMBC 9 News.
Martin, thank you. Health officials in Lawrence and Douglas County say that they still haven't seen any post-Thanksgiving spike in COVID cases. For now, the local coronavirus death rate is well below the state's. They're reporting 24 COVID deaths for every 100,000 people in Lawrence and Douglas County. That's compared to the statewide number of 70 deaths per 100,000 people. Now, here's one possible reason.
Don't claim that this is the 100% accurate answer, but I have to believe that in large part, we've limited the number of opportunities for that infectious person to come in contact with those that are most vulnerable. So when we wear our masks, we're doing our part to help people stay safe and just alive.
Douglas County, by the way, will be holding drive-through testing events starting this weekend for people who are not showing signs of COVID-19. The goal here is to identify, isolate asymptomatic carriers. The first event is Saturday at the Douglas County Fairgrounds. All of these events are free.